One fall evening, the quiet beginning of a second chance. One fall evening, my father stumbled on the steps outside our front door. He tripped over nothing, just lost his balance. Laughing it off, he stood up and said, "I'm fine." But later, tests revealed something deeper. The nerves in his legs weren't responding like they used to. The doctor spoke gently, but the message was sharp. This isn't just aging. When nerve function declines, it often does so in silence, and one day without warning, you may no longer be able to walk. That moment broke something inside me. Dad had been living the same way for years, eating the same meals, keeping the same routines. We thought it was enough, but it wasn't. I used to believe that muscle weakness came with age, but I finally woke up to a different truth. It wasn't just about getting older. His body had simply stopped receiving the right signals. That's why I want to share this story with you. What really matters isn't just the amount of muscle, it's whether the brain's signals still reach them. One night can make all the difference. Feeling comes back. Strength returns. It's not magic, it's science. And it's something you can do too. And so our journey begins quiet, but certain, as the body begins to listen once more to the voice of life. Part 1. The miracle of muscle recovery begins with breakfast. Morning light was streaming into the kitchen. I was staring at a steaming omelet, thinking of something that had shaken me weeks earlier. My mother had started walking unsteadily last winter. Just a slight change at first. She wobbled more on stairs, lost her footing more often. I thought it was just age. But then one morning she collapsed. We rushed her to the ER. The diagnosis was a mild stroke. She was lucky. No permanent damage. But the doctor said something I'll never forget. Weak legs aren't just about age. Sometimes it's a red flag for something far more serious. That changed everything. I realized more than going to the gym, more than medicine, it all begins with food. What we eat every day isn't just fuel, it's information. I dove into medical studies and eventually found something surprising. According to new research in nutritional neuroscience, the timing and structure of meals can trigger nerve and muscle recovery in as little as 12 hours. It sounds unbelievable, but the data backs it up. Food doesn't just give us energy, it reconnects the communication lines between nerves and muscles. It restarts the body's command center. A study at the University of Calgary confirmed that even in our 40s, nerve signaling in the legs begins to decline, making muscles inactive even though they still exist. It's not that muscles disappear, it's that they're no longer being told what to do. But the good news, this can be reversed. Even more incredible is that the nutrients that help restart this process are found in everyday foods. For instance, egg yolks are rich in choline, the building block of acetylcholine, which is key to nerve signaling. Leucine, found in whey protein and chicken breast, acts as a switch to power up muscle protein synthesis. I remember when Mom came home from the hospital. We sat in the garden eating cherry tomatoes from the backyard. They tasted just like they used to when we laughed over them as kids. But this time, tears welled up in my eyes. One tiny tomato, it felt like it had saved her life. As we age, it's easy to blame everything on time, but that's giving up too early. The body is still waiting to restart. It just needs us to press the right switch and have the courage to believe it's possible. One breakfast, one smoothie, one decision, and your legs can find the ground again and begin to walk with strength and certainty. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm sharing this now. Part 2. Reconnecting the signal between nerves and muscles. I first noticed it when Mom stood up from her chair. There was a brief pause, just a second, but it was there. A strange silence in her legs, as if the command to move didn't quite get through. I started feeling it too. My calves felt heavy in the mornings. Climbing stairs became awkward. We could laugh it off and blame it on aging, but deep down, I knew something wasn't right. That feeling turned into certainty when I came across a study from the University of Calgary. It showed that most age-related muscle loss isn't actually due to the muscles disappearing, but because of a failure in the nerve signals from the brain to the muscle. In other words, the muscle is there. It's just not being told what to do. That means there's hope. Because if the line is just disconnected, it can be reconnected. This all comes down to something called the neuromuscular junction. It's the exact spot where nerves and muscles talk to each other. And that conversation depends on a chemical messenger called acetylcholine, the signal that tells muscles to move. With age, our bodies make less of this signal, especially in the mornings. But here's what amazed me. We can restore it dramatically within 6 to 12 hours by eating something as simple as egg yolks. They're rich in choline, which helps create acetylcholine. Just 2 eggs can give us over 300 mg of choline. And the effect? We felt it. After switching to a protein-rich breakfast built around eggs, both Mom and I noticed how much easier it became to take that first step in the morning. But this isn't just about moving muscles. It's about clearer thinking, sharper focus. Your whole nervous system reawakening. Choline helps both muscle and brain a double recovery. If you can't eat eggs, there are other options. Quinoa broccoli, edamame. But for quick absorption and immediate impact, nothing beats egg yolks. That's the surprising truth. The key to restoring these nerve connections isn't in complicated drugs or high-tech machines. It's in the kitchen. It's in the timing of a simple breakfast. Now every morning, Mom and I crack eggs together and share quiet conversation. That moment is more than a meal. It's rehab. It's healing. It's connection. And now, I believe something deeply. Muscles may forget, but nerves remember. All we have to do is remind them. Next, we'll dive into the power source behind those muscles, the mitochondria, and how one evening meal can flip the switch back on. Part 3. Waking up. Mitochondria and the overnight recovery switch. Every morning, I woke up with lead in my legs. That's how it felt, heavy, slow, disconnected. Mom would whisper, "My legs won't move." Just getting out of bed became a struggle. I had no idea until recently that part of the reason was hidden deep inside our muscles in something called mitochondria. Think of mitochondria as tiny power plants inside our cells. They generate the energy, the vitality that helps us move. Especially in large muscle groups like the legs, mitochondria are everything. But as we age, these power plants get sluggish. Less energy, more fatigue, slower movement. Then I read something that stunned me. In 2023, a study published in a leading journal on clinical nutrition found this when older adults eat certain nutrients at dinner. Their muscle mitochondria show significant recovery by the very next morning. One night. one meal. And your legs might feel younger the next day. The secret lies in specific nutrients, amino acids, B vitamins, polyphenols, coenzyme Q10, and alpha-lipoic acid in particular can boost mitochondrial function and repair damage, helping your body create energy faster and better. So I changed Mom's evening meals. Salmon, spinach, broccoli, bell peppers, mixed nuts, and always a side of tomato and olive oil to help absorb antioxidants. And just a few days later, she smiled and said, "My legs feel lighter in the morning." That was everything to me. I saw with my own eyes how science-backed nutrition can transform daily life. Even more fascinating, this healing happens while you sleep. Your body is designed to repair itself at night. When you fuel it with the right tools at dinner, it's like handing your inner mechanics the perfect set of wrenches and oil. And it doesn't stop at the body. Mitochondria support memory and mental clarity too. When your legs feel lighter, your mind feels brighter. Mom and I both felt that. Mornings became something to look forward to again. But there's more. Even with strong mitochondria, none of it works if blood flow is poor. It's like turning on a faucet, but the hose is kinked, no water comes out. In the next part, we'll explore how to fix that flow with a simple molecule called nitric oxide, and how one powerful food, beets, can help your legs come back to life. Your journey is just getting started. Part 4. The remarkable link between beets and better blood flow. One evening, Mom and I walked through the neighborhood park. She reached the bench without stopping, smiled, and said, "My knees don't buckle like they used to." A hidden power was at work: blood flow. Leg muscles cannot move without a steady supply of oxygen and nutrients. Yet aging stiffens our arteries and weakens the lining inside them. Blood slows down, muscles are left gasping, and we feel heavy, unsteady, or off balance. The key molecule here is nitric oxide, often called NO. Your body makes this gas to relax and open blood vessels like clearing a kinked garden hose. Nature's most powerful no booster is the humble beet. Beets are packed with nitrates that quickly convert to nitric oxide, improving circulation within hours. A 2015 study in Applied Physiology showed that older adults who drank beet juice enjoyed measurable gains in leg strength soon afterward. I began blending a morning smoothie for Mom with cooked beets, then had her do gentle stretches before drinking it. Stretching plus beet nitrates doubled the effect. She felt as if her body had finally woken up. The changes went beyond her legs. Her complexion brightened. Her conversations became livelier. Better blood flow lifts the heart and the mood. Beets also nurture the gut. Friendly bacteria help turn nitrates into nitric oxide, so pairing beets with fiber creates a true blood flow revolution. New research even hints that better cerebral circulation from beets may slow mild cognitive decline. We do watch the natural sugars. For anyone managing diabetes, mix beets with lemon or plain yogurt to blunt a glucose spike. I never imagined that fixing an invisible problem like circulation could transform the simple act of walking. Yet it did. I felt it too on our early walks, energy coursing through every step. Still, good blood flow is only part of the answer. The signal from brain to muscle must also be restored. Next, we will uncover how a breakfast staple, the egg yolk, can reboot that signal and bring forgotten strength back online. Part 5. Egg yolks and the reboot of nerve signals. Some mornings, the body just feels heavy. Mom often said, "My brain wants to walk, but my feet will not listen." That complaint reminded me of one simple fact: before any muscle moves, the brain has to send the order. That order travels through a chemical messenger called acetylcholine. Think of it as the bridge between brain and muscle. With age, both the amount of acetylcholine and the muscle's sensitivity to it decline, leading to shuffled steps and slow reactions. One study shocked me. When acetylcholine is low, muscles may exist, but refuse to move. The missing ingredient is choline, the raw material the body uses to make acetylcholine. And the richest, fastest source is egg yolk. I asked Mom to eat 2 hard-boiled eggs every morning. That single change supplies about 300 milligrams of choline. Within days, she said, standing up feels easier. Timing matters. Right after waking, acetylcholine production is at its lowest, so morning intake makes the biggest impact. The brain wakes up, the nerves spark, and the bridge is repaired. The benefits reach beyond muscles. Choline also sharpens memory and focus. Mom now finishes the newspaper crossword with a grin. If you do not eat eggs, you can use broccoli, soy, or quinoa, though absorption is slower than from yolks. Here is the science in plain words. Your brain shouts, "Move." Acetylcholine carries that shout across the neuromuscular junction to the muscle fibers. Age frays that cable, but the right nutrients can patch it within hours. Realizing this dissolved my old assumption that Mom's weak legs were simply age. They were waiting for a switch to be flipped. 2 eggs did it. The signal returned. Her steps steadied and her confidence grew. Yet even a strong signal needs an open highway. In the next part, we will dig deeper into blood flow, muscle recovery, and how proper nutrient timing keeps the entire system humming. Part 6. The golden hour for blood flow and muscle recovery. As the morning light streamed into the kitchen, I could hear Mom gently stirring her miso soup. Not long ago, her hands trembled, just trying to hold a knife. Now, it's as if time has reversed, and she moves with surprising steadiness. Watching her, I suddenly wondered, why is the morning so effective? Why does the body respond differently to the same food depending on when we eat it? The answer lies in what scientists call the golden hour, the time right after waking up, or after light physical activity. This is when muscles absorb nutrients more efficiently and regenerate more quickly. Specifically, 30 to 60 minutes after waking or after light exercise is the prime window for protein-rich meals. Eating during this window significantly boosts amino acid absorption in the muscles, aiding in their repair and strengthening. This isn't just theory. Since Mom started taking a 15-minute walk in the morning and eating protein-rich yogurt afterward, her posture and stride have noticeably improved. The key isn't just the muscles, it's also the blood flow. As we age, our blood vessels narrow and stiffen, slowing the delivery of oxygen and nutrients. It's like trying to water a garden with a clogged hose. Enter nitric oxide, a gas molecule our bodies produce that helps blood vessels relax and expand, improving circulation. One of the best ways to increase nitric oxide naturally is through beets. While they're still relatively uncommon in Japan, in Western countries, Beets are a go-to for both seniors and athletes. Studies have shown that older adults who drank beet juice experienced stronger legs and improved endurance within just 2 hours. The biggest effect was seen in fast-twitch muscles, which are crucial for balance and preventing falls. I introduced Mom to beets, and though she was hesitant at first, "I've never seen such a red vegetable." She warmed up to it through salads and smoothies. Now she says, "My legs feel lighter with a smile." What surprised me even more was how beets improved her gut health too. Beneficial gut bacteria help convert the nitrates in beets into nitric oxide, connecting the gut to blood flow and muscle vitality. There's even a theory that muscle rejuvenation depends on this dialogue between the gut and blood vessels. If the gut is healthy, circulation improves, and muscles come back to life. One last key: balancing carbs. Because beets are naturally sweet, I made sure Mom drank her beet smoothie before her morning walk. This timing helped prevent a blood sugar spike while also boosting her energy. These small habits, morning smoothies, gentle walks, might seem trivial, but they've changed her circulation, nutrient absorption, and even her outlook on life. Every time I watch her walk ahead of me, I see the difference. Next, we'll explore the role of chronic inflammation and how the power of leafy greens can calm not just the body, but also the mind. Part 7. The green magic that calms chronic inflammation. As Mom's steps grew lighter, I noticed something deeper was happening. It wasn't just her muscles. Her face softened, her sleep deepened. It felt like something inside her was quietly being restored. That's when I came across a phrase that hit me hard: invisible fire. That's chronic inflammation. Muscle loss isn't just about aging. When inflammation simmers in our bodies, muscle cells weaken and become harder to repair. It progresses silently with no pain or fever until one day the muscles are just gone. Studies show a strong link between muscle loss in seniors and rising inflammation markers like CRP and IL-6. In short, the muscles are burning from within. So, how do we put out that fire? I found the answer in what I call the green magic dark leafy vegetables. Spinach, kale, arugula, mustard greens. These vegetables are rich in polyphenols, chlorophyll, and magnesium natural compounds known to reduce inflammation. Kale in particular contains quercetin, a powerful agent that blocks pro-inflammatory signals like IL-6 and TNF-alpha. Mom began eating boiled greens every morning. We added leafy greens to soups and tossed arugula into salads. As the colors on our plates grew brighter, so did our smiles. Then it hit me, this wasn't just dietary change. We were healing emotional inflammation too. Chronic stress and loneliness also trigger inflammation, but fresh, colorful food prepared with love. It cools the fire inside, both physically and emotionally. Mom and I now pick out vegetables together at the store. I'll ask, which one's today's healing veggie? She'll laugh and grab the kale. That smile might just be proof the fire is fading. We also make little tweaks to help the body absorb more, adding olive oil to boost vitamin K and beta-carotene, or lemon juice for better digestion. Taking these greens in the morning as a juice or smoothie also helps reset the body's rhythm. Inflammation follows a daily pattern, and turning on anti-inflammatory signals early helps stabilize health all day long. At this point, inflammation isn't just a medical issue. It feels like a reflection of how we live. So ask yourself, are you feeding your body with fire or with healing? In the next part, we'll look at something most people overlook: timing. Just a few hours difference in when we eat can dramatically affect how well our muscles recover. Part 8. The surprising power of timing your meals. One morning, as sunlight streamed into the kitchen and I was preparing breakfast for my mother, a thought struck me. Why does the same meal feel energizing some days and not others? The answer, I realized, lies in when we eat. Our bodies run on an internal clock, what scientists call the circadian rhythm. This rhythm doesn't just affect sleep and hormones, it also impacts how well our muscles recover and rebuild. One study found that older adults who spread their protein intake evenly across breakfast, lunch, and dinner had 25% higher muscle synthesis than those who ate most of their protein at dinner. It turns out each meal acts like a signal, telling the body to build muscle. Even more fascinating, eating protein within 32 to 60 minutes after light morning exercise, what scientists call the anabolic window, can dramatically improve nutrient absorption. It's like giving a thirsty sponge exactly what it needs right when it needs it. So I changed my mother's morning routine. After waking, she does 15 minutes of light stretching or a walk in the garden. Then I serve her a smoothie made with Greek yogurt berries and flaxseed. That became our little reset switch to shift her body into repair mode. At lunch, she eats eggs with stir-fried vegetables. Dinner is lighter in protein to send her body the signal that it's time to wind down. It's our new way of nourishing her body in rhythm with nature, timing nutrients when they'll do the most good. Here's what surprised me. When you eat matters more than how much. The body can only use about 30 to 40 grams of protein at once. Any more is either stored as energy or eliminated. So rather than overloading dinner, spacing out protein at breakfast and lunch makes each gram more effective, especially for seniors who have more resistance to building muscle. This timing strategy reminded me of farming. You don't dump all the fertilizer at once. You feed plants what they need when they need it. The human body is no different. It too thrives on rhythm and timing. And so I started rethinking not just my mother's meals, but my own life. Instead of eating more, we eat smarter at the right time in the right amount, with care. That change improved not just our strength, but our mood, our focus, and our calm. I realized this isn't just about food. It's about living in rhythm. It's about designing a life that supports your energy, not drains it. If you feel like your days are scattered with stress or noise, start with one bite in the morning. That small habit could reset your inner rhythm. And within weeks, you might feel stronger, clearer, more grounded. Now, let's bring everything we've learned together. In the next and final part, we'll summarize 6 science-backed truths into one simple action you can take tomorrow to start waking up your body's strength, because your legs aren't failing. They're just waiting for the right signal. One quiet afternoon, my mother and I sat on the porch. A gentle summer breeze rustled through the garden. Birds sang. Children laughed in the distance. Then she turned to me and said, "You know, climbing the stairs feels easier lately." Her words stopped me. I felt a lump in my throat. Every small morning habit we'd practice: protein smoothies, gentle, stretching, mindful timing. It wasn't glamorous. It wasn't magic, but it was working. Our bodies are built for recovery. Age doesn't have to mean decline. Your muscles, your nerves, your blood vessels, they still remember. They're just waiting for a signal. One beet, one leafy green, one bite of protein. That's the switch. Life is made of small choices, and those choices can shape a whole new future. If this video touched your heart, please tap like, share your thoughts in the comments, and pass it on to someone you care about, someone who might be struggling with their legs too. Don't forget to subscribe. This is your warm, science-based garden of health, and we walk this path together. See you in the next video.